Okay, so today I was doing a pretty routine thermal roof inspection of a local Home Depot. I had already done several different shots prearranged using drone deploy. Everything was going fine. And this was probably my sixth flight for the day. And everything was going just perfect. I mean, with drone deploy, you just let the drone do the work, and it was capturing the images, doing a great job. No issues. I mean, dead stable. We were getting some wind gusts, 10, 15 mile an hour wind gusts, nothing crazy, but everything was going fine. It was following the plan accordingly. And then at some point, looks like I'm up in the air now about 7, 8 minutes. The gimbal starts acting a little wonky over the garden center, and very odd. I mean, the vertical speed's stable, the horizontal speed's fine, but the gimbal just kind of wigged out, and then it decides it wants to do a thermal scan of the sun, which, as you know, is not a good thing with the FLIR. So it internally shuts that off. At this point, I'm out there thinking, what's going on? I'm trying to the screen's not showing anything I can work with, and it's still doing its pre-planned route. I try to do return to home, and it just loses its mind. It starts spinning, um, vertical speed. It goes up to the predetermined altitude, I suppose, that I had in there for the return to home, but the horizontal speed is just sitting there. It's just going in circles. And I mean, it's just not responding at that point. I think I canceled return to home, tried to take manual control, and this thing is just, I mean, over the local Home Depot, just being weird. Thankfully, it wasn't over the parking lot, or, it was kind of near the garden center. But at this point, I can see my car and I'm getting my bearings back. So I start to try and fly it back, and it's responding, but it's just not acting normal. I mean, it's just, as you can see. So, um, I'm not even looking at the screen at this point. I'm looking at the drone from the ground, because it's just, I mean, the screen doesn't give you anything to work with other than your altitude and speed. I'm just trying to get orientation, and it was just not behaving very well. So, it just continues to do these bizarre maneuvers, and it's just very unstable. So I'm just grateful at this point. I'm on my side of the building, I'm bringing it down. I'm not over anything that's going to get potentially damaged other than the drone, hopefully. And I'm starting to calm down at this point. Feel like, okay, we're not gonna have to get a ladder and get on the roof, or dig it out of somebody's sunroof. And as I get closer to the ground, it starts just acting. I mean, it's just spastic at this point. It's just doing all kinds of weird stuff, and inputs are just not. It's not responding normally. It's just really weird. And you can't see it from this video, but it was just tilting horizontally, flipping full lock to full lock. And I mean, I'm I didn't think I was gonna be able to land it at this point, because it was gonna end up having a prop strike or something. And I'm just a few feet off the ground. I decided to see if just switching it to the DJI Fly app would help. I didn't cancel out drone deploy, which I probably should have, but at this point I was just trying to get the thing on the ground. And it's not responding here very well. You get live feed, and then I was able to get it on the ground. It didn't strike a prop, didn't do anything crazy. But yeah, weird. And so glad I didn't lose the drone or hit somebody or something. I ended up putting a new battery in, rebooting the controller, and I got up on another flight. About 2 minutes into it, it did the same thing, and I brought it back down. So I'm gonna try and use my DJI Enterprise Care and see if they'll replace it. But scary mission for what was supposed to be a pretty standard survey. Thanks for watching.